Welcome back to the Footbaholics. We're actually going to do a top 10. We are trying to introduce this maybe a little bit more often into our sort of sections. We'll see. If you guys like it, let us know. It's going to be a little bit more informational, obviously. If you guys want it to be a little bit, less informational.
Because recently we haven't really covered any transfer or anything that has to happen in between in transfer market and for any other clubs.
Yeah,
it's moved a lot.
Euro, Copa America.
Yeah, so it's moved a lot. A lot of players have gone to interesting clubs. So we want to really mention how that might affect those clubs and how that might affect those players and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, without further ado,
yes, we're going to start with the Footbaholics top 10. Number 10, Trincao. Gone on loan to Wolves from Barcelona for 1 year after his move from Braga to Barcelona last year for the 1920 season. Wasn't looking very good after, he was sitting out for most of the games. However, in the 700 minutes that he did play, he did make 3 goals and 2 assists, which is not very bad for somebody who is 20. Now, what we are more likely to see, hopefully, at Wolves is his form from 1920 when he did start more games, where he did contribute, 20 goals and assists in a season for Ruben Amorim and Braga, finishing, in the top 4. Now, it comes after Wolves are planning on maybe selling Adama Traore, and maybe Jimenez isn't as, fit as he should be after his head injury. And plus, he has his Portugal buddies to keep him, company while he's over there. Not just that, Bruno Lage, also the manager from ex-manager of Benfica, also Portuguese. He's gonna have no problem interacting and, getting to know the players and the staff. So, betting in period should be a little bit quicker for him. Hopefully, he does pretty good.
And going on to number 9, we actually have Hakan Çalhanoğlu, the big man, the stab in the back to AC, the Milan fans, going to Inter Milan now. Of course, a man that has the most chances created in the whole entire Serie A. You can't really go wrong with 107 chances created in the whole league. He's going to be a very needed addition into that squad for Simeone Inzaghi, because he might be playing him like a number 10 or number 8, like a hybrid, like he did with Luis Alberto. And especially with the unfortunate event that happened to Mr. Christian Eriksen during the Euros and the Denmark versus Finland match. Obviously, he might not be coming back to football anytime soon. We're always going to keep you guys updated with what's going to happen in the future.
Number 8, so Romain Perraud, he is a French guy. He is a left back. He is coming from a French league, from Team Brest. Now, before you guys start laughing at that name, this is a serious matter, because this guy was a beast. 3 goals, 7 assists for, a team that was pretty alright, stayed in the league, beat a few good teams. Now, this guy was their main, I would say, attacking threat from the left, and he is going to a team that really, really needs him, Southampton. Now, Southampton are in a bit of a crisis, I'd say. After Christmas, they kind of dropped off a lot. They weren't able to attack, they didn't have a lot of creativity, and their main goal scorer, Danny Ings, was injured for a good part of that as well. He only finished on 12 goals, and still finished as top goal scorer. Now, their left back, Ryan Bertrand, who has been a faithful servant for them for a long time, is leaving, and what better way to upgrade that with Romain Perraud? With, like I said, those stats, they look pretty good, and at a pretty good cost of 12 million. Can't go wrong.
And now moving on to number 7, with Mr. Boubakary Soumaré. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Going for 17 million from Lille to Leicester City. Obviously, a man that helped them win that title, that Ligue 1 title that they haven't been able to win for several years. He obviously has really good transition and really good defensive numbers with 85% successful dribblings. He's a man that's really going to be able to help Tielemans in that midfield, and obviously a very big upgrade from Mendy. So he's going to be a really nice defensive and even attacking midfielder at times for Leicester City.
Number 6, Patson Daka. Now, the Zambian striker, 22 years old, is coming off of a very good season with Red Bull Salzburg over in the Austrian Bundesliga. Now he is moving to Leicester City for about 23 million pounds. It's a very good deal. The striker, like I said, he's very young, 22, comes off of a good season, 27 goals, 4 assists in 28 games. Didn't play all 28 games full of minutes. I would say he played more around 2,000 minutes. That's about 22 games worth. In that kind of time, that is very good goals to game ratio, I'm not gonna lie. He also got 2 goals in the Champions League. Not a very easy group, I'm not gonna lie, but he did manage to do that. And he would be a very good replacement for Jamie Vardy now that he is getting old and he didn't have the best, half last season in the 2021 season for Leicester City. Only scored 12 goals. This striker is gonna be more of a poacher. He's gonna go in behind just like Vardy, and like I said, he's gonna be very, very young. Same development as Haaland. He does come from the same club and the same manager, so let's hope he does bang just as well.
And going on to number 5, we actually have Memphis Depay on this position. As a free transfer from Lyon to Barcelona, it's a really good decision from Mr. Laporta to bring such a big name as Depay with 20 goals and 12 assists. And obviously, it's going to bring a lot of fear to the defenders in La Liga, adding on to that monstrous attack that they have in Barcelona with Messi, Dembele, and Griezmann. The sad thing is, obviously, Messi's getting a little bit older. Griezmann is getting older as well. And with Dembele getting so many injuries, having Depay in there is going to add a lot of more quality and a lot more goals and assists, obviously, as we said. So hope to see him tear it up at La Liga next season.
At number 4, we have Andre Silva, and after struggling at AC Milan after only scoring 2 goals in 25 appearances for the Rossoneri, the Portuguese striker has actually revived his career at Eintracht Frankfurt. At the second half of the 1920, he actually did do a lot better. However, we're talking about his form from the 2021 season where it's propelling him to new levels of stardom. Right now, 28 goals, 5 assists for this season. Amazing goal in return, considering he's surpassing Haaland at 27 goals. Second top goal scorer, and not just that, there are a few teams watching, none other than RB Leipzig, hoovering up all the young talent in the Bundesliga and of course of France. They are doing bits in terms of the recruitment, and for £23 million, this is a very, very good deal. You can't get anything better than that. And seeing as Haaland is being priced at 150 million, seeing as Andre Silva scored more than him in the league, this is a very good signing.
Now moving swiftly on to number 3, we have Mr. Jadon Sancho in this position. Obviously a transfer that was waiting to happen at least 2 seasons ago, but now this transfer saga is coming to an end. A transfer for 95 mil from Dortmund to Manchester United with add-ons, obviously. A player that can bring 8 goals and 11 assists in 26 games. A class player, a class dribbler, a class winger. He's still putting a lot of dribbles and knows where to be at the right time at any point. He has pace, and he can obviously cover that Manchester United right wing problem that they've been having for a while now. Yeah, he's a crazy attacker, and he's always gonna bring a lot of talent to the Manchester United squad.
At number 2, we have the smart transfer of Rodrigo de Paul to Atletico Madrid from Udinese for 35 million. This is a smart signing considering that Atletico Madrid, even though they won the title by 2 points towards the end of the season against Real Madrid, they did struggle a little bit after Christmas, and that was due to their midfielders just not being as cohesive, maybe as disciplined, or just being tired in general, due to the requirements that is needed from that Diego Simeone system. Saul, Koke, they were a little bit accurate, and to be honest, the output that came out of Diego Llorente a little bit overperformed, so this is going to be a very, very good addition to their midfield. It's going to give them another dynamic in terms of the attack, in terms of the transition. 9 goals, 9 assists, most dribbles in Serie A, and he also created the second most chances in Serie A, and a team that ended up in 14th, a team that struggled a lot. So for a team that, struggled without Joao Felix for a good part of the season, even though he wasn't very on form, and, Suarez is getting a little bit older, this is a very, very good option in the attack.
Now moving on to the very first spot, we actually have David Alaba on this position. And why do we have him here? Well, it's mainly because he's going to Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a very confusing club in general. You always expect them to dominate or win every other competition that they're in. Fans are actually expecting this from them to win a title year in and year out. This season, however, they're facing a very frightening task. Not only does Varane wants to leave and is close to actually leaving for 15 mil to Manchester United, but their captain, their leader, Mr. Real Madrid himself, Sergio Ramos, has actually left the club after 16 long and loyal years. His legacy always gonna live on because the man won 23 titles in his 16 years in Real Madrid, collecting 4 Champions League and 5 league win titles and many more countless personal titles. But actually, who do we think is gonna be replacing him in this position? The only man that can actually step up to this position is David Alaba. This insane leader not only won 10 league titles, but none of those 10 league titles were in a row. And And also he managed to bag in 2 trebles while he was in Bayern Munich. A leader, a strong, versatile player. He's not exactly Sergio Ramos, but for free you can't really get anything better. Obviously in free in quotations he came in with a 20 mil signing and plus the 12 million basic salary per year, but of course those are things that, you know, you had to give to a top talent like David Alaba. But this is pretty much our top 10 for today. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know if you actually agree with our top 10 or if you disagree with it. Also let us know in the comments. Who would you add in? Who would you remove? All that kind of stuff. You know, talk to me in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and see you guys next week. Ciao.